My name is Franco Famularo, and I'm here to introduce a seminar on unification studies with a focus on Christology and the meaning of only begotten in the context of Christian and true parents thought. So we're going to look at this area of study. I welcome you to take this course. It is an intensive 5-week course which will include readings and videos, discussion, as well as an opportunity to express yourself and to write about these matters and engage so that you can explore how best to express yourself in these different contexts that you may find yourself in. So as a Family Federation member, or even if you aren't, I welcome you to the course, and I hope that you will join us. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Michael Mickler, Distinguished Professor of Historical Studies at HJI. This semester, I'll be offering History of Christianity 2, and I welcome you to consider taking the course. The first half of the course covers the Reformation, which is not a single entity. In fact, we will cover in the course 7 distinct Reformations. The second half of the course covers the modern era, during which Christianity emerges as the largest world religion and a driving force in the creation of modern civilization. In terms of being faith-centered, the course understands that the history of Christianity is the continuing story of God's living presence and work in the world. It seeks to discern how God prepared the ground for the Christian message and how God has continued to work with Christianity in preparing for the Lord's return. So finally, I'd like to conclude this brief course overview. For more details, please check out the syllabus on the HJI website, and don't hesitate to contact me directly if you have any questions. Thank you for watching. I wish you all the best.
This is Dr. Andrew Wilson. I will be your instructor for the course Hebrew Bible. Hebrew Bible is HJI's foundation course on the Old Testament. In line with HJI's interfaith focus, we don't call this course Old Testament or Old Testament Foundation because Old Testament is a good Christian term. Jews don't understand the Old Hebrew Bible as old. It is their Bible. So we use the term Hebrew Bible so that we recognize that Jews have just as much ownership over this text as Christians do. In this course, we're going to look at all of the Hebrew Bible. That way you can encounter the prophets, the Hebrew prophets like Isaiah, Jeremiah, Amos, who had a great influence in the development of the Jewish faith and in the development of modern Christian faith. Another aspect of this course is that we are going to look at hermeneutics, which means interpretation. How do you interpret the Bible? We will also, finally, give you an opportunity to practice exegesis. Exegesis means looking at a biblical text, reading it, and understanding what that text is teaching. This is a graduate level course. I hope that you will truly find this course valuable for your life of faith and for better comprehending the richness of Judaism and Christianity and the richness of the Bible from which these religions are based. I look forward to seeing you in class.
Hello, I'm Keisuke Noda, Professor of Philosophy at HJI in New York. Welcome to Ethics and Social Justice. In this course, we will explore the questions that quietly shape every decision we make. Questions about right and wrong, freedom and responsibility, and what we owe one another. You will begin with the foundation of ethics, utilitarianism, and the pursuit of the greatest happiness, Kantian ethics and moral autonomy, Aristotle's virtue ethics, and Confucian ideas of moral cultivation. We also introduce two central thinkers in the study of justice and political ethics. We also explore challenges to these traditions: relativism, egoism, divine command theory, and social contract theory. Through real case studies, from the Milgram experiment to the Stanford prison experiment to contemporary dilemmas in justice and equality, you will see how these theories illuminate the world we live in.
Hello everyone, welcome to Systematic Theology. My name is Theodore Shimyo, and I'm originally from Japan. I have been engaged in theological studies and teaching for many years, mainly at UTS. Now, I just want to say that it's important to understand the Christian tradition, because Christian tradition has been leading the whole world the last 2,000 years. And also we have to detect God's real intention and God's real will behind this history of Christianity and behind this Christian tradition. And after that, I think we have to avail ourselves in order to help that real will or intention of God to be substantiated and realized in the end. So in this welcome video, I just want to talk about this point, which is rather internal point, which I think is still very important. Thank you so much again. See you soon.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Thomas Walsh, and I'm happy to be teaching at HJI the course on world religions and the encounter with religious pluralism. I think it's a very important course, relates directly to the relationship between religion and peace. We will be reviewing the great religions of the world, both the major religions and minor religions, new religious movements, Hinduism. We'll look at Buddhism, Judaism. We'll look at Islam and, of course, Christianity. And we'll be looking at how should we view the other that we encounter in the world. So we'll be dealing with what we call religious pluralism. How do we look at people from other religions? How does it relate to peace? There's a famous saying by the theologian Hans Kung, who said, "There's no peace among the nations without peace among the religions, and no peace among the religions without dialogue among religions." And in order for dialogue to take place, we must have respect, understanding, appreciation, and we must learn about one another. I hope you'll give consideration to this course, and it would be my delight if you decide to take this course in the spring of 2026. Thank you for listening. All good wishes.
Unification approaches to peace has a very specific approach based on the original worldview, namely Reverend Sun Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Chahan. And this course essentially deal with what the worldview of the founders of unificationism brings to the table in terms of understanding and in activities. First of all, there is the historical, theological, and philosophical foundations. In terms of the teachings, we have the divine principle and unification thought, which is a more philosophical elaboration of that teaching that more specifically deals with peace studies. Then you have organizations like Professors World Peace Academy and many others that apply that. Then you have activities, especially centered on the founders. In terms of the many activities, the most important one is marriage and the family, the very, very famous blessing ceremonies. This is a very central, the teaching about the family and the way it's being shown to the world. It's very central, and that directly relates to peace. So studying these undertakings, these particular organizations, from Sonak Peace Prize to the Peace Highway Initiative and so on, that will be part of this course. How do these fit with what other people are doing for peace in similar situations and in related situations? Thank you for watching this brief overview, and I hope to see you in the course.